All right, now we're going to try to change this oil on this 2017 Maserati Levante. The oil filter is right down there somewhere. If I can get a good view of it, that's it. That thing right there. And I can get a better picture of it. Anyways, it's going to be, that's probably the best shot of it right there, right here. So it's going to be a mess getting that out. So I don't know. When I talked to the guy at the service center, he goes, I said it's going to make a mess when you take that out. He goes, yep. And then he gave me some degreaser. So I guess I'm not above any Ferrari mechanic. It's going to be messy. But what I'm going to do, I drove the car just a little bit to get the oil warm, and then I'm going to drain it as much as possible before I remove this. So hopefully there'll be not much oil left to make a mess here, but that's kind of my strategy. Okay, and so the car is, I got the car up on the jack stands now, and I could probably do it. I mean, you could probably do it when you have this. You put the car up when it's off-road mode. You could almost get under the car and just kind of do the maintenance that way without too much trouble. In fact, even with the jack stands, the back wheels are still kind of touching the ground. I got the jack stands on the lowest setting. I could have gone higher, I guess, but I think it's adequate for what I want to do, just as long as the car is level, so I get the oil drained properly. I don't want too much of a tilt on it. So let's get started. Over here is the filter I got, and talked to the again the mechanic there. He said it's I believe 25 Newton meters on the filter, and this filter came with the crush washer included. So there's the filter, and whoop, the crush washer just shot underneath there. I have to get that out. But he said 60 Newton meters on the crush washer. And then this is the oil I'm using, Pennzoil 5W40. So it's recommended for this car. So let's give it a shot. Okay, I guess my first task is to remove this panel here. I hope I will be able to get the drain pan bolt under here, and yeah, it looks like just these three here, a couple there, and two at the back. And what size is it? That's a little bit big. So it's metric, which is this one, which is a 10 millimeter. Okay, let's take her off. When I put them back on, I'll use the torque wrench instead of, I'll get a better feeling of what the tightness was. But these ones are pretty loose. How about these ones here? I think that's the right one. Yeah, the first one here. Oh yeah, so loose. Wow, that's really loose. Coming off easy. Wow, why isn't he? Okay, all the bolts are off, and it's ready to fall out. I guess this thing has to come off here. Pop this off first somehow. Yep, that should come off. Like that. Lower it, this come off, and then come. I don't know if you saw that, but I just kind of took that out, and it just comes out like that. And it's off. And then there we go. And what do we got underneath here? Okay. We have an engine. Now, I'm gonna have to find, oh, what's that? That looks like it is the drain pan right there. Okay, and it just says right there, actually, Oilo, which I believe is oil. Okay. Okay, well, welcome back. I had a little intermission there. I went to O'Reilly's Auto Parts and bought this socket, 27 millimeter socket, and that should be able to go on right there. So I thought I would have a socket big enough, but I didn't, so I had to buy this one. And that's it, fits on, 27 millimeter. Gonna need that when we put that on. Okay, and we're back, and this guy is right there. And what is that? I can't read that. It's a 10? Yeah, 10 millimeter. Yep. Okay, I'm about to take this off, but I realize that when the oil comes out, it's going to hit this hose, which looks like it, I don't know, it looks like it's for air conditioning or something like that. Yeah, I'm not sure what that's for. But anyways, I don't want to get oil on it because I think oil on... Okay, so here's my solution. Got a tie wrap. I'm going to go around that drive shaft there, and with tie wraps, and then can tighten this up, and we'll pull that hopefully out of the way as best as I can. That should do it. There we go, and hopefully won't get oil in it. Okay, I undid it. I loosened it. It was actually, I had to use this my breaker bar, small one, 1/4 inch, but it still put a fair amount of effort to break it. I was surprised, but it's loose now, so it should come off fairly easily. There we go. And I'd like to do it with my hand if I can. Yep. So here we come. Get the oil pan in place, and oh, that's a mess. I probably should have used a glove. That's what I should have done. And I missed the target a little bit. Got a little cleanup there to do. My bad. That's a lot of oil coming out. All right. Well, that came out much faster than I expected, even without this undone. Normally, this slows the drain, but opened it up just to let it drain completely. So, and then I'm just going to probably loosen the filter cap a little bit, and then let it sit for a little while, and then we'll put the oil back in and put the filter back in. Okay, so I put some rags in place there, and let's just take it off. Go for it. Okay, that's my hand now. I'm gonna come this way. Come on. I'm gonna get this rag up here ready, where I'm gonna drop it. Okay. Get my hand back in there again. Oh, there it is. It's coming out. I'm coming this way. Oh, yeah, there we go. Oh, that's just the lid. Dang it. So that was just the lid that came off. Throw that down here. And then what's going on there? Oh, there's oil coming out. Yep. So now I gotta get that. What the heck happened there? I gotta grab that filter. Grab that thing. Not easy to grab. Come on. Pop off. Pop right off. There we go. Popped off. Come out this way. It's oily and it's messy. There we go. Go right over here into the trash. Dang. That is messy. There we go. So I'm going to have to clean that up real quick. So now we're going to put what I didn't expect was this thing actually is a separate part. I don't know why they have to ship you a new one with the filter, each time. It seems kind of wasteful. I'm going to keep this one, not throw it away, just because I have a 911 which also has a plastic filter cover like this, and one time I dropped it and it's rather brittle and just cracked, and I was like, what the heck? And I couldn't drive the car, so I had to go out and get another filter cap. So just in case, next time if I'm working on the car, I drop this, I crack it, I'll have a spare one that I can use. But yeah, that's it. So I'm gonna, to put it in, I guess I'll do the I'll remove this cap from the filter, and I'll do the opposite of putting it on. Just put them in down here. Come on, get in there, and then on top of this thing. Come on. Gosh, I wish I had smaller hands. It would probably be a lot easier. There we go. It's going on. Okay. Tighten it. I'm not going to be able to tighten it at all. So I'm going to use the wrench. Alright. It's going on pretty easy now. And a little bit tight. Now I'm going to get my torque wrench. Okay, so I got my torque wrench. Might be a bit excessive for putting on a filter, but what the heck. So I'm told 25. It's quite a bit of screwing there. Oh, now it's grabbing. Now it's biting. Okay, 12. Whoa. Seems like it's going to be 25. It's going to be quite a lot, but let me just... Right about there. Okay. That's actually pretty tight. Here is the old plug and the washer. Take that one off. Then I got a new washer. Just put a little bit of, that should be enough there. Just get some oil on that. Get a little bit more, just a tad more. Okay, looks good. Throw it on there, and let's put it back. There we go. Alright, here we are for 60 Newton meters. Right there. That's 60. And we're done. Just put the oil in now. Not quite done actually. Before, just gotta remove this guy. Seems like I did get a bit of oil on this guy. But I'm gonna clean that up. Could have been a lot worse, I guess, if I didn't hang that. And I sort of feel that if I wasn't holding the phone while I was doing this, I probably could have done a lot cleaner job. But oh well, next time. Okay, so I can put the oil in. I think it's 8 liters of oil, but you know, depending on how well it drained, it might not get all 8 liters out. So I'm going to go with 6 to start, and then check the oil level, and then just keep on topping it up slowly until we get the right level. And we got the stick right over there where we can check the oil as it fills up. And that is the first one. Okay, so I put these bolts and nuts back on, and I guess originally I said 10 Newton meters because they were very loose, but actually it's much less. Probably, you know, I used my torque meter and I sort of judged it how tight they were when I took them off. So it seems to be just about, you know, 2.5, 3 Newton meters is how tight they need to be. Probably if you do any more, you're gonna you know, start cutting into the plastic. So I didn't want to go too much further than that. It just barely measured, you know, 3 Newton meters just registered, 3.5 Newton meters just registered on my torque meter, and I felt I was, you know, putting too much on there. So it's less than 3.5, that's for sure. 2.5, I would say. I got 7 liters of oil in there now, and it's just starting to register on the stick. So it looks like it's going to take 8. I'm going to put half a liter in, and then turn it on, and then give it wait, and then do another check. Right, so I got one correction. These are not liters; these are quarts. So right now I have actually 7 1/2 quarts, and someone needs to we want to convert that to liters. Go ahead. All right, I have 8.5 quarts in there now, and I'm going to drive it around the block and then measure it again. But before I do, here I'm going to show you the where I put that the settings. You go down here to suspension, and jack mode. I turned the jack mode on, so I'll just turn that off, and that's it. Should be good. I'll take it for a ride.